Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is June 23rd, 2024, and it's official. Barcelona will be missing out on the signing of Inigo Williams. Also, the club will be missing out on the signing of another player who's a 16-year-old center back. And finally, Inigo Martinez could possibly be used in the signing of Nico Williams. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin with the news, just a quick reminder to make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. All of this helps this channel continue to grow. Also, if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure you hit the kit bag. And if you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure you head to Bet Us. Both links for kit bag and Bet Us are down below in the description. Now, I begin this video with somber and disappointing news because Barca Athletic have failed to get promoted to second division. Now, Barca Athletic had won the semifinals against Ibiza 7-4 on aggregate, and therefore they made it to the final against Cordoba, where they drew the first leg 1-1, and now the second leg Barca Athletic lost 2-1, so that's 3-2 on aggregate. And as such, the hopes of the reserve team of getting promoted from third to second division have officially ended, and Barca Athletic will continue in third division. Now, this is very, very disappointing news because I was very hopeful that Barca Athletic would get promoted, and not was I the only one, of course, hopeful. All Barcelona fans, and more importantly, all the players were really, really hoping to do this. So it's very heartbreaking to see how heartbroken the players were on the field. Definitely a sad day for Barcelona and for these youngsters who displayed a lot of heart and determination. It's unfortunate, but we're going to have to wait and see what that will mean to Rafa Marquez, who had hinted in the past that his continuity in Barcelona would hinge on whether Barca Athletic would get promoted to second division or not. We'll see whether the Mexican legend will want to renew with Barcelona or that he's going to look for another team. Now, from this bad news, we move on to the coverage of the Euros, which is something I've been doing these past few weeks, covering Barcelona players who are participating in the European competition. And today, İlkay Gündoğan's Germany drew against Switzerland 1-1. And with this draw, Germany have officially qualified to the round of 16 at the top of their group with 7 points. Of course, Germany had already qualified to the round of 16, but with this draw, it's official. They qualify at the top of their group. And that, of course, is beneficial to Germany because they will face off against second place of Group C. Now, more coverage of the Euros because yesterday, João Cancelo and João Felix's Portugal defeated Turkey 3-0, and with this victory, Portugal have also qualified to the round of 16. And interestingly so, once again, João Felix did not play a single minute, and hopefully Joan Laporta is watching this because not only Atletico Madrid don't want João Felix, but he's not even getting a single minute with the national team. So hopefully this will send a message to Joan Laporta to stop with his obsession of signing João Felix, because simply he ain't it. Now, from the Euros, we move on to the coverage of Copa America, who has officially started and where there are plenty of Barcelona players participating as well. And today, Ronald Araujo's Uruguay defeated Panama 3-1. And earlier, the USA played as well, but since Serginho Dest has not been called up, I guess we won't be covering the USA scores on this channel. Now, tomorrow, more Barcelona players will participate in these international competitions, starting with Spain versus Albany, where we're going to see Lamine Yamal, Ferran Torres, Pedri, and Fermín López. And also, Rafinha's Brazil will face off tomorrow against Costa Rica. Now, speaking of Brazilian players, it's official. Barcelona will be missing out on the signing of Inigo Williams, aka Mesinho. Now, Mesinho is someone that Barcelona had been tracking for quite some time. They were interested in signing him. Mesinho was very interested in coming to Barcelona. However, it was not a top priority for the club because Barcelona already have someone who plays in that position, which is, of course, Lamine Yamal. And well, now it's official. Barcelona will be missing out on the signing of Mesinho because he will be joining the Premier League club Chelsea. Now, Mesinho will sign with Chelsea starting 2025, which is when he turns 18 and when he's allowed to move to Brazil, from Brazil to Europe. And he will be signing a contract from 2025 until 2032. And Chelsea have paid a total of 61.5 million euros, a hefty price that Barcelona cannot simply afford. So definitely a loss for Barcelona. It would have been nice to see Messinho at the club, but at the same time, not a huge loss because, again, we already have a player that plays in that position, which is Lamine Yamal. Given that hefty price of Messinho, it just doesn't make sense to pay that much money, or that money that you don't have for, again, for a player or for a position they already have covered by another player who's Lamine Yamal, who's a bit younger and who has a future just as promising as that of Inigo Williams. Now, another player that Barcelona will be missing out on is Jorthy Mokio, who has elected to join the Dutch league. Now, Jorthy Mokio is the 16-year-old center back that I talked about in a previous video. He currently plays for Ghent, a very promising defender whose contract expires at the end of this month. And as such, Barcelona had reached out to the player and his agent to convince him to come to Barcelona. In fact, Barcelona had been in talks with the player and his agent for these past few weeks. Jorthy Mokio was seen at the Ciudad Esportiva visiting the Barcelona facilities, and it seems that with during all these negotiations, they could both parties, both Barcelona and Jorthy Mokio, could not reach a financial agreement, and so the whole operation fell through. And now Jorthy Mokio has agreed to join Ajax. Now, this was kind of part of Deco's efforts to continue signing young, promising players. This one, it didn't work out. It happens. What can we do? On to the next one and continue searching the market for more young, promising player. Now, speaking of defenders, we will end this video talking about Ino Martinez because there are some rumors saying that he could be used in the operation to sign Nico Williams. Now, Ino Martinez signed with Barcelona for 2 years. Barcelona have only been able to register the first year of his contract. So right now, Inigo Martinez is not registered with La Liga. And Barcelona are not 100% sure whether they want to go ahead and register him for the second year. And it's reported that Barcelona will let Hansi Flick decide on whether he wants Inigo on his team or not. And based on that, Barcelona will decide whether to register the defender or not. Now, some people close to the club are starting to speculate that perhaps if Flick decides that Inigo Martinez, that he doesn't want him, then Barcelona will try to perhaps offer him in some exchange deal for Nico Williams. Of course, it'd probably be Inigo Martinez plus some cash. It wouldn't be 1-to-1. Those two players are not on the same level. Because after all, Inigo Martinez was an Athletic Club de Bilbao player. Athletic Club de Bilbao are big on signing Basque players. And of course, Inigo Martinez is a Basque player. So some people close to the club are starting to speculate that if Hansi Flick decides that Inigo Martinez is not it, then maybe he could be used in an operation that would see him go back to his home and with Nico Williams coming to Barcelona. Anyways, that is all the news for this video. I will be uploading another video shortly, so stay tuned to the channel. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. And as always, Visca Barça.